Okay, we're ready for our new segment. I got to pull out my computer here, and we don't have a very fun graphic intro, but we have a great song that someone sent in, and it's my new favorite subject. So please enjoy what is commonly known to people like you as the following thing, which is a thing that's called this thing that's coming up.
Celebrities telling boring stories. Celebrities boring our ass off.
We're uninteresting.
What do you think? I like that song.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like Tomahawk with Steve Patton, whatever his name is.
What's his name?
You know?
Mike Patton.
Mike Patton. So one of my favorite guys ever is the dude who played D-Day in Animal House. He's had a very lucrative career. He's been in everything. And I guess he was on Miami Vice. I was at a party recently that was Miami Vice themed, so I was doing some Miami Vice research, and I came across a lot of terrible clips. But let's listen to this story, wherein the D-Day guy from Animal House tells us how fun and kooky he was. Uh-oh, this is kind of annoying. I thought I fixed this.
Let's see.
Eberties. How fun he was on the set of Miami Vice.
All right.
Take it away, D-Day guy.
Lieutenant, we got absolutely nothing with this Manuel Skate Santino. I say we put a tap on his phone and see who else shows up at the party.
Morning, guys. Check it out. You gotta admit, Sonny, you got style.
Who are you?
Hank Weldon here, Bruce McGill actually, but a happy participant in Miami Vice.
While you gentlemen were out window shopping for $1,200 suits, I learned that Mr. Frederick Constanza is lunching tomorrow at the Ocean Club at 1 o'clock in the p.m. Care to guess the menu?
I did a lot of impersonations of Groucho Marx, of Walter Brennan, Peter Lorre, and one I did to his face of Tubbs, of Philip Michael Thomas. He said, "At the Ocean Club?" And I said, "At the Ocean Club?"
A hit at the Ocean Club.
A hit at the Ocean Club.
Lieutenant?
That's it. That's the story. This is what, early 80s? And today, 40, 30 years later, we're hearing that Tubbs said at the Ocean Club, and he said, not as racial as that, at the Ocean Club. That's the story. Wow. Thanks, Bruce McGill. Tom Middleton played Loki. And if you don't know who he is, I had to look up his name, Tom Middleton. I bet no one would know who I meant. Do you know who Tom Middleton is?
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia.
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
And together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining.
No, you know Loki, he's the guy from the Marvel movie there. He's probably in other stuff, but that's been his most successful role. So if you wanted to quickly identify this guy, what would you call him? Well, let's find out. By the way, if you look this up, he's told this story 100 times. It's really exciting.
As all New Yorkers know, you can walk your dog in Central Park off the leash between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. So I was up, I got out of my place about 7:30, walking around Central Park, beautiful day, late August, early September. And I was making some calls to London, 5 hours ahead. And I must have lost track of time because the next thing I know, dog's having the best time. I'm walking down the west side towards Columbus Circle, and I hear this whoop, 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 whoop behind me, and I'm like, well, what's going on? I turn around, and this very distinguished New York police officer is winding down the window of his car, and he goes, "Hey, Loki, put your dog on a leash. It's after 9." As all New Yorkers know.
So a cop referred to him as his movie name because the cop didn't know his real name. Wow. Let's check in on Matt Damhave, who was high once, and it sketched him out a little bit. Ever heard of such a thing? Being high and feeling weird when you're high?
Movie in Dubai, and they have that famous hotel there that's shaped like a sail. The Burj, exactly, that's right. And they've got a helicopter pad on the top.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so they
sorry.
arranged
I don't
one
mean on
night after
drugs.
shooting.
I forgot. He's just high up. And it was kind of weird being high up.
For my wife and I to go up and have a glass of champagne and stand on the helicopter pad and look at the sunset over the Arabian Peninsula. It was just, incredible. But it's like 1,200 feet up or something incredible like that. And I got to the top and we were really excited. And, we weren't staying there. It's like a 7-star hotel. So this was literally the only time we got to go in the Burj was to go to this helicopter pad. And we get up to the top and we go out on the pad and we start walking towards the edge. And my wife goes all the way to the edge and I literally froze and went like full lizard brain, like 10 feet from the, like from here to the edge of the stage. I couldn't, my legs didn't work. I was just like, she was like, and she thought I was joking.
Oh my God.
Because I didn't know I was afraid of heights. Like I'd never been up that high.
Wow. Did you hear that, Sean?
I did.
So he was as high as any human can be, basically, and it made him uncomfortable.
No.
So he didn't go right to the edge of one of the tallest buildings in the world because he didn't feel safe doing that. But his wife wasn't as scared of heights as him.
I could hear that all day.
These keep coming. I want to know celebrities. Can you imagine having a talk show and getting to hang out with these celebs? What a joy.
Yeah.
What a joy. All right, what else? Oh my God, this is insane. I don't want to spoil it for you, but Sting once sat on a piano.
You were recording the song. You fell over the piano?
The piano was right behind me. I just kind of relaxed. I thought the lid was down, and the lid wasn't down, and I played a chord with my arse.
Your
and
ass
that's on
hit-
the record, and then I start laughing. We never thought it would be a hit, so we just put it on.
You were recording the song. You fell over.
Is that insane? So he sat on a piano and it made a doodle donk, and they didn't take it out of the song. Who knew? I mean, we've all heard Roxanne a million times. Who knew that part of it was with his bum bum? Oh my God. Okay, Adam Ray. Wait, I think this is a good story. I don't want to do a good story yet. Let's put that at the bottom.
All right.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Couple more here from my new favorite subject. How about Tom Cruise remembered a memorable question? Oh, this is gold.
Nice.
This has all the structure of a good story. Like Jay Moore is good at telling stories. He just didn't check in on the actual story to see if it sucks or not.
Tell you something about Tom Cruise. We're filming at Sony. My dad says to me, "Why don't you ask your friend Tom Cruise what gear is he in at turn 1 at Watkins Glen? Because he's the only guy that doesn't crash into that hay bale." So I'm like, all right, now I got a reason to talk to Tom Cruise. So we're on the set and I go up to him. I said, "My dad raced with you at Watkins Glen and he wants to know what gear do you use in turn 1 because you never seem to crash into the hay bale." And Tom Cruise just goes,
Imitation, that's a good part of storytelling.
just that megawatt. And he goes, I think I'm in first gear. Yeah. So I tell my dad that, and he goes, "Oh, that makes sense." And then 2 months go by. We're in a different state. We're on a night shoot. We're in a stadium. 3 a.m. There's 10,000 extras in the crowd. I'm throwing the football with the guy that played my quarterback that I represent in the movie. And Tom Cruise comes running down the field from like the tunnel. I'm on like the 40-yard line. He's like, "JJ!" And he's hauling ass.
Doing the Tom Cruise sprint?
The Tom Cruise run.
He was doing a
He
trot.
gets to me, he goes, "Hey," I go, "What's up?" He goes, "Hey, I'm not even winded. What gear is your dad in?" Like he remembered. That's some Dale Carnegie business.
Yeah. You know what?
He remembered.
It's annoying when they're sycophants and they scream laugh at the boring story, but that's good when the story's so bad the guy doesn't even know when he should be ass kissing. So he's just like, you know why that guy didn't react, Jay? Because that's perfectly normal. I don't know if you know how people work, but say I never met the dud before, and he said, "What's your favorite Sex Pistols song?" And I said, "Submission." And then I'd see, now he's in my brain. And then I leave, right? I never see Sean again. Sean's in my head as the Sex Pistols guy now. So when I see him again, I'm like, oh, that's the Sex Pistols guy. He asked me I'll ask him what his favorite song is. That's how brains work. Like, my dentist sees me as the racist podcast guy. If I had a McDonald's franchise, he'd see me as the Big Mac guy. That's how we compartmentalize exchanges with people, Jay. Wow. And the worst part of these stories is you can tell by how well honed and polished they are that they've told the story 100 times.
At least he did a pretty good Tom Cruise.
Well, that's part of it. You see, people love to see him do imitations and stuff.
Yeah.
So they laugh at that part, and he goes, I think this might be a good story. No, it's actually part of our new hit section, Celebrities Telling Boring Stories. Okay, last one. Alicia Silverstone, who played a remarkably strange character, like a valley girl in the movie Clueless. Part of the whole charm of that movie was how eccentric the girl in Clueless is. She's, okay, fine, for sure. She's a valley girl and there is no cure. And things were fetch or whatever. So you laugh at that because no one has anything in common with that person. No one. No one watching the movie was like this person. And then we hear from the actress that 100% of the population includes her.
I wrote down a thing you said, which I thought was fascinating.
Fascinating.
Most of the time, I didn't even know what Cher was talking about. Most of the dialogue was a different language. Amy knew all the street words and had her finger on the pulse of the latest underground everything. I was the exact opposite and knew nothing.
Yeah.
So like you were not stylish at all.
No.
And yeah, you weren't hip like that.
No, I didn't go to Hollywood parties. I didn't. I was really
stop.
just into.
The girl in that movie isn't just stylish. She's a very freaky, esoteric kind of a person. Like you might as well be a crusty punk or like a psychobilly or something. It was a subculture within a subculture within a subculture. Of course you don't have anything in common with her. And you're in California. Of course you're into the earth and animals, like all girls in California are.
The earth and animals and food and permaculture, theater.
What the fuck was that?
Yes.
Yes. Earth and animals.
This is a sycophant crossover as well.
And who is the woman next to him?
I don't know.
Because Conan O'Brien does that. He has this ass kisser sidekick who laughs hysterically at shit. Is it his wife or is it just
His wife is Kristen Bell.
Oh, yeah. So it's the same as Conan O'Brien. You know what they do, these guys? They don't have much of a social life because they can't, because they're famous. So they develop this incredible relationship with their assistant.
Yeah, that's what Conan's is, yeah.
Is it his assistant?
Yeah, his former assistant, yeah.
Yeah, so you end up thinking your assistant is a fucking genius, but she's just good at ass kissing.
Yeah.
She's good at making you like her. I don't like her. She's not kissing my ass. So it's not a universal charm. It's very person-specific. God, I'd love to see those tits.
Nerd, like
anti-materialism.
Yes.
Yeah, we know what hippies are.
I mean, it's one of the biggest gaps I think I've observed in a popular character, and then the
Bro,
actor
Batman.
playing it.
Was Batman a big gap? Anyway, celebrities are stupid. Thank God we get to learn about them. That's enough of our new segment, Celebrities Telling Boring Stories. Did you like it, Lee? Did you like it? You didn't like it? How interesting. Yeah, I think you like it now, bitch. Okay. Bagpipe's still going. This guy is awesome. Now he's in piles of shit, both human and garbage. And I mean, dude, you could do this in like Turkey, and it would be more relevant. We know that the West is better than Pakistan. Like this is like saying I can. This is like me doing a video called "How to Fight a Baby." So look where he is. Huh? You don't say. Multi-thousand-year-old Scotland with the Picts and the Gaelics and the war with England beats this literal shithole. What a surprise. So that brings us to Britain, which is a good segue into Tommy Robinson. I don't know if you know what's going on here. They have to get him in jail. He's too powerful. Unite the Kingdom, which I was at. By the way, speaking of how to fight a baby, have you seen my numbers on my new YouTube page?
I have, yeah.
It's a waste of my time.
Yeah, they made you start from scratch. So.
Like Compound Censored, a good video gets 23,000. That's worth your time. I've got Opie numbers.
Yeah.
Like 533 views. And it's my most viral videos. Go to my page just so people can you guys just look at stuff there, please? I'm going to keep reloading up my greatest hits. I'll put up the Vans ads and shit like that. I'm shooting a new video about women in dive bars and the etiquette they could please learn. So that's very similar to the how to drink in bars thing. It's kind of hard to find. It's Gavin _ McInnes. But every time I search it, I just get a bunch of videos that I'm in.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I guess I'll try advertising or something, but this is a gay and boring waste of time. So that's the video from yesterday broken down into 5.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so back to Britain. Tommy Robinson. They have to get him. He did unite the kingdom. What can we get him on? Well, he already did jail time twice for the same crime, which was contempt of court, which makes no sense. No one ever in British history has done jail or prison for contempt of court. It's usually a 3,000 pound fine for telling the judge to fuck off, and then that person never pays it, and that's the end of that. So there's the channel that takes you from London to Spain to France. I think there's the channel goes straight to Spain, and then there's one that goes straight to France. I'm not sure, but it's weird because it's a train for your car. And the rationale is we don't have to worry about exhaust. We don't have to worry about accidents. We can go much faster. We can go 165 miles an hour, 140 miles an hour, 165 kilometers an hour. We don't have to worry about the exhaust down there, accidents, slowing shit down. So it sounds retarded to drive onto a train and then have the train take you, but it's actually very efficient. So Tommy borrows a car. He can't have his name on any car. And he drives to a place in Spain that I've been to with him. And I can never remember the fucking name of it. It's called like Ballamore, Benidorm. And it's this little Britain that is in Spain. There's a fish and chips shop and a pub every 10 feet. I actually don't enjoy being there with him because he's Elvis in Vegas there. And people are screaming hysterically. They can't get enough of him. So, excuse me. I can hear you wheezing. Do you need a gentle reminder that we behave on this show? There, he stopped. Right? So they catch him, I guess, on the British side. And he's driving a very nice car. Yeah, people support him, people with money, because they feel terrible at the brutal hell he's been put through. So someone will give him their place in Spain, their summer place, some rich guy. Someone will loan them their Mercedes because he can't have a car. He can't have his name on anything. And they catch him and they go, you have been, first of all, this is a very fancy car, so we have reason to pull you over. And you have tons of cash on you, so we have reason to pull you over. He can't bank, so he has to carry tons of cash everywhere he goes. That's 2. And they know about the EDL, the English Defence League, which of course was disbanded 10 years ago. So as far as probable cause goes, this is fucking weak. And they made him sit somewhere for 45 minutes while they tried to figure out what to do, which puts him in danger. Now, there is some terrorism laws. I believe they're international. I don't know if it's just Europe and Britain, but you can stop anyone and you can get their phone. You can hold them for 6 hours without arresting them. And basically, it's for Osama bin Laden. So you better be sure you got a terrorist. You can't just willy-nilly pull over Gavin in the dud. You need to say that he had a strange online behavior. Like one of the reasons for pulling him over was he bought his ticket that day. No. So they didn't have probable cause. And within these laws, right, I said you can have your phone. So they go, we need your phone. He goes, no, I got shit on my phone. And the police are corrupt. The British police have muzzies in there who have been hiding grooming gangs, who have been destroying evidence, including NSFW panties. semen-stained panties of rape victims suddenly disappear because of corrupt white cops? No, because of corrupt Muslim cops that are on the police force now. So these women don't feel safe. Look at Tommy's own daughter. She had her ass grabbed. Tommy did a citizen's arrest, and he was promptly arrested for arresting the guy. And they botched that case on purpose. Okay, enough. One more snort out of you, and you're going to get a stark reminder of what your job is. Sorry about that. So while this is going on, Ezra Levant, our old pal Ez, is there. And he is fastidiously tweeting live the court case. And he's making fun of the cops, which you should do. The cop is so nervous, he realizes this is a stupid case. So he keeps asking for water. He empties an entire carafe, and they have to refill it. He's like, can I get wool, please? Can I get wool? He's shaking. He's white as a ghost. What a dork. And then some cunt from the BBC sees Ezra tweeting, which he's done for many cases, almost, I think all of Tommy's cases he's been there. It's perfectly legal. And he says, I don't think he has press credentials. Well, I'm doing a working class accent. I don't think he has press credentials. And this has happened to Ezra before. He snitched on him. That BBC reporter, that smug upper middle class, state-approved journalist, snitched on Ezra to the judge to get him kicked out of the courtroom. And this happened before. When I was there like 7 years ago, we went up the stairs of the Old Bailey, and Tommy looks out the window, and we see like thousands of people there. Hey, Tommy. And so Ezra filmed it. Technically, you're in the courthouse. I mean, you're on the stairs, but you could argue you're in the courthouse. You're in the court building. So the BBC snitched on Ezra trying to get his credentials removed. These are journalists trying to prevent information from getting out that doesn't correspond with their views. That is the state of journalism in Britain. And we're not that different here, folks. Squeeze me. Can dogs get your diseases?
He was sneezing when he came in here.
Are you getting my cough? We just shared a cigarette. That can't be good. So check out. Here's basically what I just said. We'll see with some color. I hope it doesn't repeat everything.
This here?
So that's the cunt. Is that not a video?
Not a video, but there's a video.
Okay, so go to the next one. Yeah, this is Tommy confronting him. The thing about Tommy is, like, when we meet our enemies, I know that geezer behind him. When we meet our enemies, our adrenaline pumps, and that's why the Proud Boys talk about adrenaline control. It's part of the reason they do the cereal thing. You got to stay calm. And I'm human like you. When I see someone that try to prevent my kid from joining a baseball team or something, which happened, I go, well, I can not confront this guy and hate myself for the rest of my life, or I can get into a very uncomfortable, awkward situation where the guy's going to deny it, which he did, and now I got to give him a face full of verbal. Tommy doesn't have that. His heart rate doesn't change when he meets someone who's trying to sabotage his life. Like this BBC reporter, by silencing Ezra, he's trying to fuck over Tommy. This is someone who wants to take a father away from his kids. So you're going to get mad. But Tommy doesn't get mad. He doesn't have that fear gland. I think it exacerbated itself and it's empty now. Play that.
The trial finished today, Tommy.
Yeah, turn the camera around for a second. You're a member of the press. You was in there today.
Sorry,
You're a member of the press. You was in there today. Can I ask you, what did you think of the fact? What did you think of the fact?
It's a contempt court case.
No, it's not. No, it's not. There's no jury. That's only for juries. There's not contempt. That's a lie. That's a lie. No, you're a member of the press.
I can't discuss.
Well, I've looked at your reporting today. I've looked at your reporting. I've looked at your reporting today. Yeah. Why don't you tell the truth? Why don't you tell the truth about what happened in court today? Why don't you tell the truth? Why don't you tell the truth? You see, that's the media. Where's
I'm here. So they're running away from you.
That's the mainstream media, yeah? He is sat in that court case. We'll see what verdict we get tomorrow. Not one of them has reported any of the unlawful stuff the police have done.
Told on the other reporter.
And then do you know what? He went to the judge. He went to the judge to make sure Ezra would stop reporting. He did. He
was the grass.
He went as a member of the press to point out that he's sitting in the public gallery and he's reporting on this case. To prevent him reporting so that the only narrative you get is from them. Fast car, cash in his car. Why do I have cash in the car? Because we collected a demonstration the day before and I can't bank in the UK, you mucks. Anyway,
They mentioned about
Oh, wait.
vague
Stop.
answers.
You see that guy in the very, very, very left? That's the guy who has 16 kids who, when he was a teen, he was giving one of the Cray brothers Coke at the man's funeral. That's correct. The man who was dead. He was giving him bumps. And by the way, I'm stealing that for my funeral. So Proud Boys out there, I want there to be violence. I want you to beat up Antifa. I want you to be there in the hundreds. And I also want bumps regularly put on my nose.
Yeah.
And by the way, the beauty of being dead is you don't have to lift the guy up. It's not like he has a better vantage point sitting up. It's falling out no matter what. So you can just put it on my nose.
Where are you going? Benidorm.
So you can't make that long. And I was in there today watching.
Benidorm.
One of the things I like to do when I'm doing journalism, I like to.
Yeah, let's make it about me. You've got an interview with Tommy Robinson right after he's shamed the BBC and you start talking about yourself. That's also adrenaline control, by the way. You get nervous and you're like, I'm just going to talk about myself.
So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.